Hello everybody, Nikki White here, and today doing a bit of a different video, but you guys know I'm always doing crafts and art stuff, especially for my store. Shameless self-promotion. This shirt is from Glitter Bones. You're gonna have to check out the link down below to see the full shirt. Today I am testing out something that I read about on a few different articles on the internet, and that is that you can use Copic markers on a heat shrink plastic. So basically, a Shrinky Dink. If you can indeed use Copic markers on it, that's going to be a game changer for me because I have a bunch of Copics, so let's get into it and see if it works.
For this craft, you're going to want to start with a piece of heat shrink plastic paper. Doesn't really matter the brand, and obviously some Copic markers. I got these from a local craft store. And something important that I did years ago was take a piece of paper and do different samples of each of the colors so I know what they look like dry. I bought a sheet of heat shrink plastic. Just looks like a random brand. It appears to be Japanese. It is not Shrinky Dinks, TM. I got this guy just because it was on the cheaper side. And at first I did try to use the instructions to understand what it was saying. I used a little translator, but ultimately I just went online to see what the general rule of thumb was for using these shrinking plastics. I started with a micron pen at first since I had never tried that before, and I started with a number 3. It was too thin, so I was like, nah. And then I started with a number 8 to redo this, but when I took a look at this on the plastic, it was still coming out way too thin. So, nah. After the failed micron experiment, I decided to grab the tried and true Posca pens, which I had used in a previous Shrinky Dink experiment. You can see how much thicker it looks already off the bat. I'm not exactly too sure what kind of ink Micron uses, but it was just not coming onto the plastic as I had hoped. And the whole point of this experiment was that my boyfriend does have a good amount of Posca pens, but I find that the colors are limited. So even though I had used them, and I believe they are acrylic based, and it had worked before in a previous plastic shrink craft, I wanted to try out Copics because I personally have a huge collection, and I thought, ooh, if I can use Copics, this is going to be great. There's so many different colors. They're my pens. Oh, heck yeah. So here we go. I found the pink that closest resembled, and what? It looked like it was barely doing anything. What? So you can see on the piece of paper what it should look like, but on this plastic, it was just coming out pretty streaky and so light. I've seen so much good art with Copic markers, and I've never actually bought the proper paper to use them. So maybe that's why I don't use them as often as I could be. But I know that they are alcohol based. I'm not sure if that has something to do with why they were not showing up. I did read articles online that were like, oh yeah, you can use Copics for Shrinky Dinks. So that's why I was trying to use these. The yellow seemed to show up okay. The blue you can hardly see, although it is a lighter color, but I wasn't willing to write these off yet until I actually baked them because as with acrylic markers, they do generally dry darker, so I thought maybe there would be some magic in the oven. And then I did try to do a second layer of coloring with the Copics, and all this really succeeded in doing was kind of smudging around what I had already done, but I was trying to get it a little bit darker, so I was trying to be careful of that, and I let them dry in between. And then I decided to go in with a darker blue on the hair tie, just so that it would show up a bit more, because the lighter blue was not showing up whatsoever. And then with any of these crafts, you're going to cut around your craft, leaving ample room, since this is going to shrink to about a quarter of its size. The plastic is quite sharp, so be careful with that. I also did a hole in it in case I want to use it as a keychain or earrings, so that is up to you if you want to add that extra step in. Then I just went over my line work with the Posca liner again, just to kind of go over anything that kind of looked faded. This is what it looked like after I colored it in. As you can see, it is very light, so interested in seeing how this bakes. I used a sheet of parchment paper to put this craft on, put it onto a baking tray, and bake it at 325 for about 1 to 3 minutes. My oven window was really dirty, so you couldn't really see in. It'll look pretty weird, but the craft will shrink up and then will slowly release back down. And then once it's flat, give it another 30 seconds. So it was pretty interesting to see the piece coming out of the oven. The pink looked a lot closer to what it should look like on paper.
So, final verdict on Copics on a heat shrink plastic. Would I recommend? Not really. I mean, you can do it, and it did turn out better than I thought from when I was working on it, but I think it's still too streaky, and while you're working on it, and it's like hard to see what you're doing, and if you've colored it in fully. Here is a Posca paint version. I didn't let this one bake long enough, that's why it's curled. You can see how this one is opaque because it's it's an acrylic based paint, so this one I think is more recommended. It's up to you guys. If you want to try it out, you can do it. Whether or not it is, A+, up for debate. Don't mind my busted character drawings, but there they are side by side for comparison, so you can see the Copic is not opaque. So if you still want to give this a shot, go for it. Let me know how it goes. Maybe it'll look better than mine. Maybe you want that less opaque look. If you guys have tried other markers on this kind of craft and it has looked good, let me know so I can give it a shot. Okay, see you, bye!